think we got a few more minutes before James Conner. I believe he's probably
Actually, he's right here. How about that? Huh?
All right. James Conner coming over. He's hanging out with our friends over at Circle K. I think he's sitting down with us right now. There he is. Yeah. He says, uh-oh, I got to sit down with these knuckleheads. What's up, man? Hey, James.
What's up, man? How's it going?
We good to roll?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Sitting down with a nice, we talk about simple, right? The offensive concepts.
1 second.
But he's got a nice.
Oh, Trey and James right behind us. Look at that, huh? I wish we could just take this away because they're just, they're giving each other some love right now.
There was. He is. He is. We were talking about simple and classic, and we got the nice Letterman jacket that James is rocking here.
This is a fly little getup right here, man.
I appreciate it.
And you're hanging out with our friends over at Circle K, am I right?
I am. Yeah, Circle K, man. Here with Circle K. Promoting the new Mountain Dew Purple Thunder.
Yeah.
You know, I don't drink pop too much, but when I do, you already know.
That's the stuff right there, right?
You already know.
And you're like the facility out there in Tempe. You got a Circle K, to your
stay
left.
all over the place, man. You can go find it easy at the local Circle K.
Yeah. He's part of our inner circle right here. There you go. One of the best running backs in the game. 1,000 yards this season, man. Congrats.
Yeah. Appreciate that, bro.
I know that was a big deal.
It was. It was just, been in the league for some time now, so it'd be my first one. Just perseverance, just not giving up, keep fighting, and everything just take care of itself. You just keep coming to work.
I love the professionalism. I love how humble you are as a player. It stands out, and your leadership was on full display this season, and how much your teammates wanted to fight for you, and for you to have that moment, that 1,000 yards, and almost felt like it meant more to them than it did for yourself. But now having about a month since the season ended, have you been able to kind of let that resonate a little bit? And what it truly means? Yeah,
for sure. You just appreciate and pat yourself on the back for the work you put in. And it was like my teammates know I go to fight for them, so that's why it meant so much, because they know I laid on the line for them. They don't ever have to question that, and so that's why it was just something we celebrated all together.
Yeah, you guys celebrate the wins, no matter how they come and no matter what's going on. You guys, whether they're small or big, you guys celebrate the wins, right?
Small victories for sure.
And I think this season, obviously, not the amount of wins that I'm sure you guys would have hoped for, but man, I got to say, man, that record at 4-13 was just not something that was your typical kind of record.
Yeah, it didn't reflect that, right?
It didn't reflect that at all. Is that how you guys felt there? It felt like you guys were in every single game, battling, just a different kind of vibe, and really setting the tone for moving forward.
Yeah, that's what it was, pretty much, just setting the tone moving forward. But, the details matter and everything, and it's hard to win, and even though we fought hard, we got to correct a lot of things. But early on, when you're starting out with something new, there's going to be struggle in the beginning. And only a select few people understand that. For people who really go for something, year after year and continuously come up short, but continue to fight still, regardless, you break through that struggle eventually, sooner or later. And so, we had a struggle year, but the beautiful thing, we come back next year and correct things.
50 yards from here, J.J. Watt, your old teammate, was there. And it's like a year ago, J.J. Watt had just retired, and, DeAndre Hopkins was still on the roster, and there was a turnover as far as some of the leaders in that locker room. And it seemed like you just took on that leadership role. Was that something that you really wanted to emphasize, or were you just like, I'm just going to do what I do, and then if people want to follow, they can follow?
No, I feel like it was intentional. It was intentional for sure, stepping up and realizing the piece that we missed is, when Hop departed and when Watt retired, you look around, you're like, okay, who's some of the older guys on the team and the guys who maybe been through some things. And so it's just something that I always wanted to do is, be a leader and, just step up to the plate regardless. And so, I feel like I had to take on that role this year.
When it comes to that leadership, we saw the viral clip of when JG got hired and him seeing Kyler Murray at the facility and them giving each other, a hug and whatever, and just being hyped about it. What was your first interaction with JG, and what did he say to you?
Man, just asked me if I was ready to go. That's his main thing. He just wants you to be ready. He wants you to know your assignment, know your details, and be ready. And, I told him I'm ready and still getting ready. So, and that doesn't change.
Yeah.
That doesn't change.
At the end of the year, he said you're the blueprint of what you want from everything you want from a player. What's it mean after playing for him and going to war for him for 17 games or over a 17-game schedule? What did it mean to hear from that? That's the impression you made on Gannon.
Man, it was appreciated, first and foremost. And it just lets you know you're doing the right things, man, because, even with my injuries and things that I've had in the past, it's a game of football. Those things are inevitable, and I try to approach it and be available and be ready, week in and week out. And sometimes that's not the case, but for him to see that and know that I'm still doing my routine day in and day out, Monday to Sunday, to try to be ready for this team and put my best product out there on the field, it's nice to know that's appreciated.
Over the course of your career, it's been well documented, the challenges that you've had, off the field. But, where did that dog come from? Like honestly, seriously, I watch a game, and whether I'm into the game or not, if things are happening, all it takes is one of your runs to just kind of lay the thunder down on somebody. Yeah. And you just you want to get off the couch, yeah, get that dude. You know what I mean? With more colorful language in my house, but you know how it goes. You know what I mean? Where did that originate from?
Man, it's just it's football. I feel like I don't want to say I'm old school, nothing like that, because, it's been dogs way before me and all that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, man, it's a violent game. And so it's you got to be strong and fast and violent playing the game. And so, I grew up like that. I'm the youngest of 5. I got 4 older brothers. You come from school, put your bag down, and we wrestling and fighting until we go to sleep, And so that's how I just approached the game when I first started playing. And every year, that's what gets me here. So I'm going to keep playing the same way.
You got that Jim Brown in you. I don't know if you noticed, but, they used to say about Jim Brown when he would get tackled, he would just slowly kind of get up, and defenders would think, oh, yeah, we got him. Mm-hmm. And then he got up and went back to the huddle, and then he did it again. Yeah. There was a couple times this season where I just felt like, you laid somebody out, and I was just like, oh, man, did he get hurt? Is he all right? And then you just kind of slowly got up, and you just and then laid the wood on him again, man.
Yeah, 60 minutes. You just letting them know it's 60 minutes. It's a 60-minute ball game. So some people like to talk more than others, but we come to play every week.
Yeah.
Is it crazy that you're headed into the 3rd and final year of your contract, and what do you want, from this next season and maybe beyond? Do you want to finish maybe your career here in the desert?
Yeah, man. The way I can't explain how I felt about Arizona, man. Just so many questions. Obviously I kept my faith strong, but it was that time after when I left. Pittsburgh to be like a free agent on 1 year, it's like, what kind of player am I going to be in this league, mm-hmm. And then to prove it again. And now going to year 3, I'm going to show up to training camp in shape, strong, fast, and physical, and let everything else take care of itself.
Is that anything that you convey maybe to your representation and say, hey, let's get me locked in beyond this year?
The film tells it all.
Yeah.
So they can go back and watch all the games and see what I bring to the table, what kind of player I am, and make a decision for themselves if they want to go forward with that, or maybe play the last year out, or just we'll see. But I know what I can do.
What's the path moving forward like in terms of the team? How are you feeling about the next steps? What would you like to see the team maybe do to set you guys up for better success moving forward?
Well, I can tell just from our last draft class, with Paris and all the other guys that they drafted. They're gonna do it right. I really trust and believe in Monty to the guys he gonna call their names. They're gonna be ready to impact us early and be good character guys and be people we can trust.
Yeah.
So I trust them.
One question about that. All right, I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus, but you see Jonathan Gannon, you see Monty, and the other coaches just grinding day after day, putting in that work, mm-hmm. just like you guys are. That has an impact, right? Because there's not every set of not every regime is the same. I would just say it like that.
Hey, man, everybody handle their business differently. Yeah. At the end of the day, the business got to get handled. And some people put in more hours. Some people, do more research. Some people do, just approach business differently.
Some people fake hustle. I'm just saying.
Watt was over there, as I mentioned, and you guys, you had some legendary workouts, right? I mean, the Arm Barm Friday. Who are the new crop? Who's in the gym that you're impressed by now? Is it a Yelda guy? Or who?
Yoda.
Yelda's a beast,
Look no further. I want them to sign Yoda to a 10-year contract. I don't want him to go nowhere. Man, Yoda, Froholt, dog. I remember just, coming in there and seeing him, and he was front squatting. He had 6 plates on each side, just front squatting for reps. And I'm just like, who is this guy? I never even heard of him before. And then just his athleticism. But the main thing is his work ethic, man. Mm. The way he approaches walkthroughs, practice, and in the weight room. When he's in the weight room, it's all business. And so, that's the guy. He got the crown in the weight room for sure.
I love those guys. And even Trey is involved in that. As far as the will, the want to be great run blockers. But talking to Yelda, talking to Paris, talking to Will Hernandez, that's a fun group, man.
Yeah, they go hard.
Yeah.
They go hard. They love the game. They're good people. They love their teammates, you know, and they professionals. You know, they understand what it takes. They understand what it takes.
That's in the DNA in that building. Yeah,
yeah, for sure. That's why we said we getting through the struggles, but we coming for sure.
And it helps. It helps. You know, when you're going through the tough times in the grind of the season and you're not getting the results, you know, in the final score that you want to. It helps to know that everybody's rowing the boat in the same direction, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Knowing that we're on the same page and we got to, you know, weed the people out who not going to want to be here and who not on the same mission that we are, because we definitely on a mission.
Absolutely.
You know, we were sitting here a year ago today, and you were generous enough to talk to me and Saul and Johnny Venerable, and, you know, you almost had to come to a defense of Kyler Murray back there. Like, he was on the mend. You know, people were saying what we felt was unfair things about him in the media, and you, of course, came to the defense. Zach Ertz came to his defense. Rondell came to his defense. And then I feel like Kyler Murray let his game talk this year. Hollywood Brown, before he came back, said Kyler Murray's not coming back to be average. What'd you see from K1 as QB1 in his return?
Yeah, you just seen somebody who's hungry. You know, it was like a different aura, a different energy. Yeah. You know, somebody who, you know, like that Philly game, you know, Chicago. You know, we had a couple game stretches there, you know, when it was really he was just getting his feet wet coming back. And it was big moments, you know, fourth quarter drives and whatnot. And the way he was approaching it, you could see on his face the body language. No moment too big for him. He, you know, it was a lot. We've been through a lot. Really went through a lot this offseason. And so, man, we talk on FaceTime every day talking about, you know, the plans that we got. So, man, we excited.
Was that – I feel like that Philly game might be a bit of a turning point for him to kind of reinforce, like, dude, you are that dude. You know what I mean? Like, because, listen, you could say it all you want, but until you go out there on the field and prove it to yourself, because sometimes you might have doubts. Maybe, you know, the knee, can you trust the knee?
Yeah.
You know, can I still be the same player I was before? You know what I mean? But that Philly game, I felt like kind of not only changed it for him, but also changed it for the entire team. Like, okay, we're on track.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was huge. That was a huge moment, you know, and you need those moments, you know, you know, just to keep you going and realizing that the work you put in is paying off. And like you said, you still that dude. It's going to be highs and lows, but you got to stay even killed. But for our team, you know, that was a time when we weren't playing for the playoffs or nothing like that. We could easily just laid it down. Well, we just showed some resiliency. You know, JG was going back and long road trip, and we went there and pulled it out and fought 60 minutes. So it's definitely a turning point.
Remember that catch James had in the end zone?
Do I?
One arm?
Now.
For sure.
Where'd that come from?
Man, we practiced that. You know, every time we leave a set, we always throwing the ball back and forth, you know. But, you know, I've been playing, it's pitch and catch.
Yeah.
You know, it's pitch and catch, truthfully. You know, Kyler gave me a great ball, not too hard, wasn't too high, nothing like that. Just put it right in front of me. It was not to be cocky, because y'all know I'm humble, but it was an easy catch. I'm serious.
You know, my favorite part about that is like as soon as you made the catch, you just kind of looked up into the crowd and you was like, yeah. And that's it. You know what I mean?
That was it.
Yeah. What else need to be said?
Any other plays stand out to you? You know, it was a strange play. The one you hurt your knee on, because it was unbelievable how you cut it back.
Yeah.
You got a block from Hollywood, and then you cut it down for 31 yards. And then, like Saul said, you know, sometimes you're slow, but you popped up. What? Like, did you know at the time you had injured yourself?
I felt something. You know, I reversed field and I was running, and the first defender went low. He just went real low, and my foot was just too much in the ground. Thankfully, it wasn't a tear.
Yeah.
I didn't tear it all the way. I was able to get my knee out the ground just in time. But he just went low, and I was still able to pop out of it, and I kind of felt something, and then I ran for like 5 more yards, and somebody else was coming low, and that's when I had to jump into the air because I didn't want to take another hit because I was already feeling something. Man, it's just one of them plays, man. You know, it's football. Anything can happen. But, yeah, heck of a run, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
You did like 6 things that I can't do one of them. It's unbelievable. You had an incredible year, man. Congratulations on that. We're so excited to see what the future's about.
I think one of the cool things about what you do, Trey, Kyler, what you guys are implementing is like you guys are kind of establishing a new kind of feel in the fan base, to be honest with you, man. And like, you know, people will invest in people. And I think when people invest in a guy like you and your work ethic and what you stand about, man, that's a true blessing to have you on this team for sure.
Bro, I appreciate that. Kind words. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm in day 3 of Vegas. I'm going to need to guzzle some of this
man. You a 12-pack, bro. You can have this.
I'm going to be brushing my teeth with this Purple Thunder to get me some energy.
No doubt.
James Conner, 1,000-yard rusher, your Arizona Cardinals RB1 and leader in the locker room, man. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, brother.
It's always
appreciate you guys.
It's always a pleasure.
No doubt.
Fantastic
we share the same barber.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
That's our connection right there.